Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty darn good. Happy birthday to me. I was listening to 50 Cents in the club. Go shorty, it's your birthday. I'm gonna party like it's your birthday. I like that song. But anyway, so yeah, pretty good day. It's been interesting to find out who wishes me well today and who doesn't. I got some surprises, people that I thought were very close and I was mistaken. And then ones like, well, I had a cousin that hadn't said happy birthday to me before, but did. I mean, it's been like 50 years. I'm 64 today, so it's been a very long time since she wished me well. And my littlest sister said hi to me on my Facebook, and some other friends that I didn't think would and did. That was pretty interesting. But like I say, some of the ones I thought that would, and they didn't. And one actually, she lied to me last week about something, and then again today she was shady. It's like, wow, unbelievable. But when you catch somebody in a lie, it's not very pleasant. You know what I'm saying? But, and then I started kind of getting my feelings hurt, and I'm like, no, no, no. I'm not letting any of these people bring me down today. Yeah, it hurts, like, knowing I have like an adopted mother and a mother that doesn't care today. Yeah. But, and I ask people too on my Facebook, if you had at least one parent, you did have that well wishing on your birthday. Some, not everybody has had that. Or if you have siblings that you love and care about or something. I just met mine in the middle of my life and never really grew up knowing them or anything or able to love them. So, I mean, I am fortunate now. I know some of my relatives, but you know, it hasn't always been like that. So, yeah, a lot of my birthdays, like I told Doug this morning when he wished me happy birthday, and yes, it really is. This is like, and it's not just a boo-hoo story, but this is the truth. This is like the only third birthday in my life that I haven't cried, you know. So I don't know. What can I say? It's the truth, you know, but it is happy. And yesterday, Doug laid out in the snow changing the oil on a truck because my car broke down. So he got one of his trucks going so he could go and get me some stuff today, like I want fried chicken for supper. So, and probably like a salad or something with it and chocolate. See, today is the real holiday because yesterday's chocolate is like probably half price or 40% off or something like that. So, yeah. And then I went over to Bruce Sees All and wished him a happy birthday. I hope he sees it on, it was one of his most current things that he had shared a guy getting arrested up in Canada. Um, the guy was just sitting in his truck. It was pretty nice lime green custom truck. I couldn't tell what kind. I think it looked like a Chevy or a Dodge, not sure. But it was like a short box with a tonneau on it, lime green custom paint. One cop was in back of him and another cop in a SUV. One was in a car, the other SUV got in front of the guy. They sandwiched him and he backed, goes to back up by the guy's truck. So the guy did start his, or had it running, I don't know, but he moved backwards and you could hear the cop car crunch the guy's bumper. And this woman was filming it. And the next thing I knew, they had opened the door and they were like, you didn't have your seatbelt on and these type of things to the guy. And see, he had a Trudeau decal, one of them removable decals on the side of his truck where it was flipping Trudeau off, and he had a Canadian flag on there. And it was a non commercial vehicle, but he looked like a business owner. He had the number of his company, whether it was like construction or whatever it was. So it was total harassment, and this guy was not doing anything. As far as I could see from what the film showed, he actually didn't do anything. Now, what happened before the woman started filming, I'm not sure. But the cops were telling her that they were going to get her for obstructing justice because she was out in the middle of a traffic lane and she was behind some parked cars filming. But I don't know, it just seemed pretty ludicrous, it just a little rude, so I don't know. Yeah, excuse me. I almost thought about getting something to drink today. I don't know. I think about it every once in a while, but I'm allergic to it. And I don't drink much, but I was thinking about there's this wine. It's like champagne almost, but it's called Grand Spumante. It's pretty good. I like that. And then for another wine, I like Beaujolais Burgundy. It's a really deep, rich red wine, and or Burgundy, And then for light, I like Lefremalch, which in German means milk or river of milk or milk of the gods, that type of thing. And or Liefermulch is how you pronounce it. And it's a Rhine wine made by the Rhine River. And so it's made out of like rinds from cantaloupes and that type of stuff, but it makes a real light white wine, not too sweet. It's not bitter or anything. It's just kind of like if you're having fish or chicken. But Grand Spumani was on my mind. It's a little sweeter. It's almost like a rosé, if you are familiar with that. So, yeah. But, and I like champagne, which Doug would call champagne. Well, anyway, so yesterday he was laying out in the snow because we have cars in our shop right now and he couldn't fit his truck in there. And like, let me see, one customer car and two of our cars, and it's just full of tools and stuff, and it's a 30 by 40 shop, but it's full. So anyway, he was laying out in the snow and freezing, and today he had to change the spark plugs. And I had gone out in the shop to get something, and he was standing on a crate, one of them metal milk crates, and it was sort of slipping, and he was wrenching and trying to change some spark plugs that you have to actually almost get in the uh, motor well, the housing down in by the motor, almost climb up into it to get things, which he did end up doing. But I stood out there for a while um, with my back up against another truck we have and holding my foot on that crate so he wouldn't slip. And it was rather cold out. So, and usually, this is how I know God is going into more people's hearts, and you got to be a real cold fish, like the people not wishing me happy birthday on my Facebook. It's like some of them are I'm just gonna get rid of them. If they hurt my feelings today, it's like I don't need you tomorrow, unless God directs me different, which He might. Maybe my words are touching some people's hearts, and it'll just take longer. Maybe I shouldn't be too hasty, but I'll see. I don't know. But anyway, typically Doug doing something like that, he would like literally be swearing, and he did a little bit out there, but it wasn't like in times in the past, there was just something kind of different about it. So I'll see. But he's been keeping sober too for a few days here. So, and he quit smoking. And he had quit for about 10 years and started one other time. He had quit for about, oh, 3, 4 years or something, and his car broke down and he started up again. So, um, yeah, I haven't quit, but yeah, I I don't know that I'm going to either. No excuses. I enjoy it. So, yeah. Anyway, so some good surprises and some not so good today. But I did tell him, don't get me any paper cards because and he will, not today. I asked him not to, and if I do ask him not to, he doesn't because it's just a waste. We just throw them away. So I don't know. It's like I was watching this show, and the guy, it was his birthday, and he was like 90 years old, and he was asking his relatives, like, what are all these presents for? What do I need at my age? It was kind of funny. I thought, I suppose when you've, you know, lived your life, what's somebody gonna get you that you really will, appreciate aside from people's time or whatever. Or maybe a nice meal if you're able to eat it. Some people aren't able to eat when they get older, you know. Like Doug's mom lost the ability to speak, and they had to feed her through a tube in her stomach. So that's not too cool. But she wasn't the most honest person. She lied about my kid. And I thought, oh no, that is not cool. And I really didn't even say much right when it happened. I mean, I talked to my son, I pulled him aside, but it caused a rift between Doug and him. She went out and see, my son said something about they were planting trees. We were all planting trees, and I really didn't even like when his parents came up to do anything like that around here because they would bring like a tree I may not want and want to put it somewhere we didn't want it, or so it was always kind of a hassle in that respect. But Luke went to say something about Doug because Doug was being a jerk, and he said, uh, went to call him a ass, but didn't say the whole word, just kind of mouthed it. She went out in the shop and she told Doug that Luke had called him an asshole, which was not true at all. I mean, he was going on 13 years old, and he just kind of implied it because Doug was crabby and it was hot out and we were all having a rough day. No excuses. And like I say about today, would have been something that would have caused more turmoil in Doug's life too today, but didn't as much as it would in the past. So for that woman to lose her ability to speak and eat, two of her oh man, oh my God, she would talk. I mean, I talk on here for like a half hour, and most of my day, I'm like really, really, really quiet. I'll go out and say something to Doug every once in a while in the living room, or he'll come and say something to me, or he'll sit at the table where I can hear him, or come in and sit by me, or whatever. But we're pretty quiet people. It's pretty chill around here. But this woman would go on and on, continuous, and it was like always the same thing. you know. Hopefully, I don't do that, you know. Please, God, kill me if I do, for real, you know. So, so for a liar that didn't really respect other people's peace of mind to lose their ability to talk and eat, that's karma for real, you know. So I just told people, and I really, really mean it, if they don't wish me well on their birthday, I wish them well. I really do, except for on their birthday. What justice, huh? Hey, it's the truth. That's how I feel. Every day, have a beautiful day, except on your birthday. Because I didn't have a mother or a father or siblings, and the only thing I have is myself and my birthday. So, you know, and I've spent a lot of my time wishing others well that didn't take time to wish me that today. It's like, if that's the only way you can hurt me, wow, how petty, you know? Anyway, so, or I had like one in particular send it to my private messenger so other people on my Facebook wouldn't see it. It's because we know some of the same people, and it's like, get out of here, go away, you know. But yeah, what does it like feel like to be 64? Um, well, there was one thing on there that said, it was a post I shared of these T-shirts that have sayings on it, and it said that getting in touch with my inner child because she was kind of mean. Well, I had to be to survive, Um, but I don't know why people would want to get in touch with their inner child. I mean, I get the thing, but or these people that say they never want to grow up. I mean, I know I've said that before. Sometimes I will repeat myself intentionally, but that's something I never really got anyway. Why wouldn't you want to grow up? And Doug and I often laugh about the people that are afraid to die, you know, and I mean, they have a lot of, they can laugh at other people, but they can't laugh at themselves. And they have so much fear in dying. Maybe that's where a lot of their meanness comes from. You know, when I say I was mean, I had to like literally fight an adult man and woman, and my brother was considerably bigger than me. He's 6'4", and so when I say I really had to fight to survive, um, and other things in my life, it's like, yes, this is true, you know. But yeah. Anyway, so much for that inner child stuff. It's like, grow up. Why would you want to get in touch with your inner child? Let it go. you know. So I don't know. But yeah, it is a pretty nice day. It actually was about 38 degrees up, but with the wind, it felt like it was about 1 degree probably. Pretty darn cold actually for Doug working on that with tools because you can't really do everything with gloves on. And then I could tell his head was getting hot, but the rest of him was freezing. So he put on a cap and took off his stocking cap, but the rest of him got cold. It's like, yikes. So I do appreciate he did a lot of work just to make my day a little better. So that's pretty cool. And he's kind of alone in life too. He's got an older brother. He says he this is his joke, and because I don't get it too much because I have memories of not being able to walk yet. I actually have memories of being handed over from a nurse to somebody. I think when they gave me back the first time, they adopted me out, abused me, gave me back, and then somebody else adopted me. I think that was all kind of like masonically set up. But I have these memories from way back. people probably wouldn't believe, like maybe a few months old or whatever, because I was really like even trying to ride a tricycle at 9 months old. So I have memories from a long time, not even being able to walk or talk and thinking I just can't get out of here. I was trapped. But Doug's got this joke where he said he never liked his brother and he met him when he was 4. And his brother's like 2 years older than him. I'm like, because that always just cracked me up if you think about it. I mean, he met him when he was first born. I think the terminology should be um, he remembers first encountering him when he was 4. But he's like, I never liked him, and I met him when I was 4. And it's cracked me up. Still does. If you heard him the way he says it, it'd make you laugh. You know, people just they'll laugh, and it is funny because it strikes them the way it strikes me too. It's like, oh, you met him when you were 4. That's so funny. But they say people don't remember before a certain age. I don't know. I think it depends, you know, on the person maybe or the memory or whatever, you know. I think maybe 4 is pretty common from what I've heard. So I have a lot of awareness memories from the age of 4. Um, I was really a serious kid about then. Everything seemed kind of okay, sorta, but not really till before I was 4, and then after that, wow, undescribable. Well, I could describe it, but I wouldn't want to make you cry, you know. So anyway, oh, I had some good surprises. Some people like okay, here's a for instance. I'm gonna watch a video from ASSC Direct. He talks about narcissism and whatever. He's got a video out like why do narcissists keep ignoring your worth? Well, to me it's pretty obvious because there's several reasons, but um it's all in the title right there. You have that worth and they realize that and they don't feel like they do, so they have to be cruel to you and other to make themselves to boost their own egos and make themselves feel better, so and that really is probably what it boils down to. It's like sometimes the guy's name is Quinn, and sometimes I'm thinking like, oh, I know the answer to this one. So all right, okay, this is what I think. Now I'm going to listen to your video, and yep, it's like spot on because he does. Same with this Dr. Carmen that I listen to over on Facebook. Um, she has a YouTube site too. I don't have her on my channel yet, but I like her 3-minute clips. But they also do train counselors, so it's just nice to hear other professionals talking about the same thing, being in the same mindset. Which I had a so-called friend of mine, an older gentleman that didn't like get his way with me, like trying to butter me up and that type of thing. It's like, get out of here, you know. But he said that he didn't like this woman because she came off like too aggressive and something else about her. And I'm like, I love her. I said she should be sort of tough because she was a sergeant in the army. So yeah, I would say she should have a voice of authority, So I don't know that he liked that or not. I said, but um I said I love listening to her because she's thinking on the same wavelength, the same level I am. So I can appreciate her words, and I said something else to him, not mean or nothing, but just, like, so if it's not for you, and kind of my sharing that video in particular, the one, can't remember what it was, but she calls them car chronicles. She'll do like 3-minute video on different subjects. And I think, maybe let me think if I can remember what the one was about. Huh. Oh, I guess I'm not sure. There's so many strange things some narcissists do, but you know, but yeah. Today and that Facebook is full of them things. It's like I shouldn't be surprised. I have like over 1,000 people that follow me and like 300-400 friends, and like a handful of them said hi to me today. So I shouldn't really be surprised that so many of them, even if I've went over and took my time to wish them a happy birthday through the year, that they should ignore me today. Why would I be surprised? But it's like, yeah, it still surprises me because I do love people. I'm happy they were born. I do wish them their happy day, and every other day. So now I've reversed it. It's like, no, I don't wish you a happy birthday then if you don't wish me one. That's justice, you know. I think it's fair and I think it's time. I think I'm old enough to do that, and say so. So I did. And so I wrote a post that said, yeah, like I was saying, I don't wish you a good day on your day. And if there is karma and justice, which I know there is, and I can feel the tide turning, they won't have a good year, you know. They probably will have a rotten life. In fact, they're probably pretty miserable anyway, you know. I think it's so cool, like when you're on a live stream and it's somebody's birthday and everybody's just like wishing that person a happy birthday. To me, that's a beautiful thing. It's like, wow, no matter who it is, it doesn't matter. That's like really cool. So, I don't know. I'm glad people were born, even if they're mean. I think there's a chance in some might be eons from now when they learn, but because they really do only hurt themselves. It's odd like that, but it is true. I know it's true. So, especially family members. If you like hurt somebody that's in your family, how more direct pain can you put on yourself? It's like, don't you know that if you're mean to your own blood, that you're actually going to feel that within yourselves more closely related, you know? So, because it was just like with my little sister, I thought if you write me in private this year, I'm not answering, you know? And she heard me thinking, because I have disagreements with our birth mother and our older sister, and had some things happen that they will not speak about, and the truth isn't known. And my little sister knows what's up, you know. So that worked out. So I can see things, I can see God working in people's hearts if their hearts are open enough for that to happen, which hasn't happened ever in my life. So things are changing on this planet, you know, for the better, I believe. So, my Canadian friends, what is going on with your mandates? Are they all dropped? I heard they were. Are they hurting the truckers? Yeah, I'm concerned. I don't want anybody to be hurt, and then I shared it on Facebook too. Darla Lama told me that some of the people there's one guy that's called Ottawa Walks, like he's walking around Ottawa is the name of his channel, and another one like Zots or Zols or something, that these are actually federal agents, plants within the convoy and the crowd, going around and asking truckers like trying to bait them into saying, they'll ask questions like, if the mandates aren't dropped, what are you going to do, like storm the parliament or whatever, and trying to bait them into derogatory language towards their own country. It's like, wow, that's dirty. you know so but it's to be expected. It's just like with Antifa and whatnot being in the crowd, like in Minneapolis. They were peaceful protesters, and there was people that came in that were not. I mean, it showed. Okay, it showed like in the neighborhood predominantly was a black neighborhood, and it showed these Antifa members that a lot of them were like oh, maybe, I don't know, Asian of some sort. I'm not sure. I can't say for sure, but they weren't white, they weren't black, and they didn't look Mexican. So, and they weren't native. So, I don't know who for sure. But um I know they were paid insurgents, and you know, that's all I can say. I do know for sure that we have people from other countries that are brought in here trying to get out of their own country, which is really poor or terrible or whatever, and come over here and get paid to do things that maybe they really would not normally do in life. So I think everybody's, if they can be used, they're being used. So, well, that's about all that's on my mind today. I just wanted to say hi to everybody like usual, let you know what's going on in my mind. And yeah, I'm having a happy birthday, and um, I'll let you know tomorrow what the rest of my day brings. It should be interesting because, like I say, I can see hearts opening up that weren't very open even this time last year. So that's a very cool thing to see. Um, Especially for me personally in my life, because you can only pray so much about a person you love if their heart's cold. Then you have to set it in God's hands. I mean, how many tears can you shed over the very same person over and over, or wake up in your sleep crying or whatever because your heart's so full of sorrow? You can only do that for so long, and then you have to put it in God's hands. And He really does help you too. But it comes and goes in waves. But this last year has been a little easier for me, and I've noticed, like I say, more people, their hearts are opening up. So um, I do see Christ rising up in people, and if you have stories like that too, let me know about that. That's a really good thing, and the more I hear that, the better we're all going to feel. So let's share some stories like that. That's a good thing to see. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. You make my day blessed. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota.